The women's 100 meter heats at the World Championships are over. And I have to admit that I have some thoughts because I watched every single heat, start to finish. And once again, if you don't actually watch the races, then you don't really know what happened. Now, full disclosure, I recognize that this is the morning session over in Tokyo. But I'm in America right now while I'm covering this. So with that in mind, it's very late at night where I am, even though it's early morning on the other side of the world. So bear with me on this. It's going to be hardly any editing. I'm just going to, not even go heat for heat. I'm just going to give you the bullet points, going entirely off head here because, I'm airing out these thoughts, but the next two rounds are coming soon. When the action started, I do have to point out that Masai Russell, she gave us, a classic Masai Russell performance in the first heat. She's the Olympic gold medalist. She's been running incredibly well, from that point till now. I think she's still my pick to win everything, but I'm going to get to why that is in a moment. She goes, I think, 12.54 seconds or something like that. I'm going entirely off head. But when we talk about her and all the women who we saw, I'm just going to give you who really stood out. Because among the Americans, Grace Stark also took care of business in her heat. But I believe Daneille Kimbunji of Switzerland, she was also right there. So again, another 12.5 low-ish performance. But and Kimbunji was under 12.6. I mean, most of the time in these heats, what we were watching was one person pull far away from the field, or maybe somebody else go with them, and then everybody else really was not going to be even within 2 temps. That's just what the heats were. And keep in mind, the athletes who are in the front aren't even running up to their best. Masai Russell pulling away by 2 to 3 temps and still running 3 temps or more away from her personal best. That's what we were witnessing. I'm going to get out in front of this. Daneille WIlliams of Jamaica looked by far, I think that was the best performance we saw in the heats, not just on the clock, but just the quality of the performance. Because she was in a heat with Alicia Johnson, who a lot of people are picking to make the final. She was in the Olympic final last year, and she ran away from her. I mean, Alicia Johnson got second, but that was a distant second. If she was at 12.7, and Daneille WIlliams pushed it all the way down to 12.41. She's won the World Championships in the past, and we know that she's probably one of the more experienced athletes in the field pretty clearly. But if you picked a woman from Jamaica to win the world in the 100 hurdles, I mean, most people probably had Ackera Nugent, who did run well enough in her heat. She did win her heat. It was probably one of the closer ones. But Daneille WIlliams wouldn't be a bad pick. I'm also say this. I mean, just getting out in front of it. Megan Tapper, I know she was injured. She didn't start, so wishing her the best and that she can heal up. I mean, it's disappointing to not see her on this stage because I know she performed really well earlier in the season. Especially just to qualify and get to this point. But if all other top performances, I mean, Nadine Visser of the Netherlands, I expected her to go and do what she did. I mean, she really handles business in that field, and I don't think I'm missing anybody aside from Tobi Amusan of Nigeria, who, I mean, what more can we say? I mean, world record holder, she's back on form this year, 12-2, we've seen that from her. I mean, yeah, she wins her heat. It's not really all that close. I mean, somebody went with her, but again, I'm going entirely off head. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section because I try to read them all. When it comes to the final, because the semifinals are going to happen, but I'll be honest, the names I just told you, as far as I can tell, that's who belongs in the final. And again, barring something catastrophic, something wild or unforeseen, it's going to be one of the women that I just said, unless I missed a name, which is possible, because I'm doing it entirely off head late at night. But that's who should be there in the final. And when it comes to the final race, on talent, I mean, the announcers are saying it could be a toss-up. I mean, this event is so, kind of, jumbled up. Devin Charlton, that's the name I missed, from the Bahamas. She was in that, final heat with Tobi Amusan. But regardless, yes. So, I mean, again, the names it's a relatively short list of who's actually really running for the final. I mean, there was a woman from Poland. I apologize. I know I missed her. But I'd say about 10, 11 names that are going for about 8 spots. And of those names, I think there's still a clear pecking order. Right now in the world, I'm going to say Masai Russell still should be the front runner. She just looked too good, too consistently for me to pick against her after winning Olympic gold. We don't have Jasmine Camacho Quinn in this field, people like that. I mean, year to year things change. And right now, it's looking like it's Masai Russell's time. I get it that the fields are close and anything can happen. But if you're talking about who's the best runner, the best one, because I was there to watch Masai Russell run, 12.17 seconds live. I was there in Miramar, Miami when that happened. Like, you don't go that fast. Like, you don't go that fast after winning an Olympic gold if you don't really have it. So I think she knows that she has it. The field is going to have to go with her, but I don't even know if they can go that fast. I mean, Tobi Amusan, yes. But in general, like, there's a lot of people who are in that top group, but that's not the same thing as being at the top. I mean, Grace Stark, she could get a medal. Alicia Johnson, she likely will be in the final, maybe, but I don't necessarily see that as anything close to medal contention if I'm being real from America's side. I think Daneille WIlliams is a real threat, not just to get a medal, but perhaps get gold. I mean, if she wants to keep running like this, but it's just, if I'm assuming everybody's going to compete at their absolute best. Again, if that's what I'm thinking, I'm putting Masai Russell at the top, and now I'm going to ask who can really go with her. If Ackera Nugent runs her best possible race, then yes, she could do it. Daneille WIlliams, perhaps, Tobi Amusan as well. Like, those are the people who I think are really probably the best choices when I'm thinking about realistically the podium. But anything can happen. I mean, Nadine Visser has been, so clean or so consistent from what I can tell, over the, this part of the season that, you got to take her seriously. Again, being a finalist and being a medalist are not exactly the same thing. We still got to go through the semifinals, and yes, things could change. But normally, I'm actually not checking the timetable of like how the events are going to go. I'm just going to assume that the semis and the finals for the hurdles are going to be on the same day, because that's how they're doing it for the men's and the women's 100. So with that in mind, the semis are just a formality, because the prelims, that was just a warm-up. Like that first heat or first round, I believe they called them the heats, that was just a warm-up. Most of the people who got in those lanes, they knew good and well who was supposed to qualify. Yes, you might have gone out there to try to run a season best or even a personal best, and maybe you did. But if you can't go with the pace, and when we're talking about the world championships, like this level, going for medals on that stage, the pace is going to be the pace. The same way that in this round, if you couldn't break 12.6, you really weren't, in the cards. You were just kind of there, hoping to get one of those small Q qualifying spots to just take you on to the next round. Like, that's what you were hoping for. You may or may not get it. But beyond, like, for everybody else, like, the next round, I'm assuming that 12.6 waterline is going to come down. It's definitely going to come down, I think, under 12.5, where if you want to go to the final, that's probably where you got to look. It might even be under 12.4, the way people have been moving this year. And then in the final, if medals is what you're talking from, like, the consistency of this season, I think we're talking 12.2s, definitely, if medals are what you want. And if 12.2 is not a thing that you have in your back pocket, like if that ain't in your bag, and you can take it out when you need it, the medal ain't for you. You might get to a final, but the medals themselves are not for you. But these are the hurdles. Anything can happen. Lolo Jones will tell you that. So, hey, those are my thoughts. I'm going to get some rest because we've got the 400s coming, men and the women. Their first heats are going to go off. Semifinals and finals for the men and the women in the 100. Like, it's going to be, it's going to be a serious day. It's already a long day over there in Tokyo. For me, I need to rest before I get to the back half of mine. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything. Because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true. That fast is a lifestyle. Get your fast is a lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.